Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a quick guide for the Season 3 missions in Arena Breakout Infinite. So I'm just going to be trying to do it as quickly as possible, just telling you some of the stuff you can pre-farm and then just other tips and pointers for the overall quest line. I'm not going to be going over every single quest because a lot of them are pretty self-explanatory. Like this one, you just go to a specific location and click F and then you're done. I'm going to go over mostly just the ones that are kind of a pain, and also stuff that you should know when you go through this quest line. Just stuff that, looking back, would help me, and there weren't many guides like this, so I'm just going to go through. So some of the stuff you can pre-farm in this game is going to be for Unknown Guest Part 1, Mission 3. You can deliver 20 household items. Now, you can pre-farm these, so household items are going to be, you can check in the market by clicking on that. And then you go to miscellaneous household items. So you just need any of these items, and you need 20 of them. So you can just keep them in your inventory, and when you get to the quest, you can instantly deliver them. Next up is going to be 20 miscellaneous military items. I know that a lot of people struggle with this one, and for me it was definitely kind of a pain. Miscellaneous military items are these items. Most of the time you can find them in those little like brownish looking crates. I don't really have a good picture of them, but they kind of look like this, but they're only like made out of wood. They don't have any like these symbols. I tried to find like a picture of them, but I could not find one. But they're just basically small little square boxes, and that's going to be your best bet to find these miscellaneous military items. Next up is also going to be you can deliver 30 building items, and you can pre-farm those. So building items are basically any of this stuff. So easiest stuff to probably keep in your inventory would be these one space items like nuts, bolts, stuff like that. Next up is going to be 30 flammable items. So flammable items, you can click in miscellaneous flammable. Flammable items are going to be all this stuff. So the easiest ones to keep in your inventory obviously going to be some of these smaller ones. The oil drums take up like 4 space, so it might not be worth keeping those. And also delivering these, I'd rather just sell them for 70k. Unless if you're like, if you don't have them all pre-farmed, then you might just turn them in just to get through the quest line. Alright, now we're going to be going over some quests that you need specific weapon kills for. This is just in case you want to keep those weapons in your inventory. Of course, most of these weapons aren't too expensive, so you could probably just bring them. And then you just need to kill scavs on specific maps and specific locations. So for the first one, you need 8 kills with the Mini 14, F57, or a UMP 45. Any of these weapons work, and you just need 8 kills on scavs or enemy players, whichever you prefer. And it has to be at stables or grade trade center on the farm map. So those locations would be Grain Trade Center over at the west side of the map, or at stables, which is the spot with the safe up here. So if you get any kills up here, it counts. And then down by Grain Trade Center. So hopefully, if you do this quest, you spawn in like right here. You can take out like four or five scavs right here, then move over here and get another like few, and then hopefully you finish the quest in one go. Next specific weapon kill quest is going to be 10 kills with a F2000, ZC807, or AR57 on farm. For this one, I'm pretty sure it's just you can go anywhere on farm and get the kills for that, so it's not too much of a difficult quest. And then the last one is going to be you need 10 kills with a Vector 9 MPX or P90 on farm on the east side of the map. And so that's on the other side of the main road. So by main road, it's this slice right here. So anything right here is the west side, and it won't count towards the quest. It has to be on the east side. So anything over here will count. So your best bet is probably to go over towards this area, because there's a decent amount of scavs around here. And then I'd stay away from obviously you can't get any kills on Motel because it's on the west side of the map, so it won't count towards the quest. It's kind of a weird quest, but eh. Alright, next I'm going to go over some of the annoying quest objectives and just try to give like a few tips on some of them. So the first one is going to be you have to extract from Northridge via the cable car extraction. So on Northridge, the cable car extraction is the top part right here. It's on the north side of the map. And you also have to pay 7,500 cone to extract here. This can be kind of a pain because a lot of people like coming here, whether it's for like the boss or just because there's, a chest here and stuff or vault. So this can be kind of a pain, but best bet is hopefully you just run in there fast and activate the cable car and then extract, or just play it naturally. But I was trying to speed through, so it took me a little while to get this one because both times I came down here I got killed by stuff. But anyways, moving on. Next one, you're gonna need 8 operator kills at Armory Perforary. So when I heard that, I thought it meant like the inside area of Armory, like inside this area, but it's going to be anywhere outside of that bunker area on Armory. So you have to get them outside of in the Armory map, but outside of that, like the doors that start the alarm when you pull them. You can't kill anybody in there, or else it won't count towards the quest. You have to kill them outside. So best bet is maybe bring like a sniper. Definitely go in with a team of like other people on your team, because if they get a kill on an operator, it counts towards your quest. So for that, you would definitely want to have teammates, because if they get a kill, then it's like, oh sweet, it goes towards your quest line. So if you're really trying to speed through it, you can get through it really quickly. Also, this mission right here, the next one, Unknown Guest Part 2, Mission 6, Turn for the Worst. It's the same as this Ajax mission, so when we go to our quest line, you can kind of see, let's see, was it this one? Or was it? Oh, here it is. So if you see that, when we're getting further down this quest line in Part 2, eliminate 8 operators at Armory Periphery, and then right underneath, eliminate 8 operators on Armory Periphery. So try to line these quests up, like do this one and this one first, so that you can get these kind of lined up, because I hadn't done this one and went to this one, and then it was like I had to do the same thing twice, basically kill 8 operators, which was kind of a pain in the ass. So try to line those up. That's just a little pointer, is line those up so that you don't have to do them separately, so that you can do like literally both of them at the same time. Next is going to be, you have to search for unsearched airdrop containers on the valley map. So coming to the valley map, you can see that there is one airdrop over at this part of the map. It's like kind of like, so if you spawn on the west side, you can grab this one real quick. Then there's also one over here, I guess. I don't think I ever went to this one, but then some of the ones that I did go to is if you spawn on the east side of the map, you have a good chunk of them to go for. You can go for this one that's like at I think it's called like Abandoned Shack or something right here. Then there's also one like kind of going up to this high like area where the like house on the top of this hill right here is on the path up there, and then there's also this airplane crash right here. You can get an airdrop right here. And then also there is, it's not marked on this little map, but there's one like in this little like ridgeline area with the river right here. You can grab one right there. It's probably going to take you multiple times to do this quest, just because they have to be unsearched. So if you spawn down here and like grab one or two, chances are other players probably grab some of these, but you can always run through and check if you're going that way. But yeah, it might take you a few attempts to do this quest. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And I thought when it said airdrops, I thought it meant like airdrops like in Tarkov where things drop down, but no, they're pre-spawned. They're like those weird tube containers. So if you need there's a guide on YouTube, I know, of this quest, so that's why I'm not like showing like an in-person guide for some of this stuff. Right after that, you have loot food or drinks on Valley 15 times. My best advice for that is this house that's like right at the top of the map over here. You can go up here, and then there's this little, there's the house, and then there's that like little side garage. There's like 5 or 6 food items in that garage area, so I'd grab that. It's like when you go into the house and then go kind of to the south part of the house, you don't go like to the basement of the house, just like to the south part right here, and there's a good amount of food items. There's also like a good amount like in that little base camp right before the house that's like kind of like down by the hill. somewhat in this area. That's my best advice. I guess you could maybe find food. There's like maybe a few food items in Villa as well, but other than that, the map's it's kind of just random where you get the food items. Overall, not too much of an annoying quest, but still kind of a pain. It took me like 3, 4 attempts before I got all the food. Next up is going to be you got to search unsearched document cases 5 times on farm. So coming over to farm, there's only like 1 or 2 document cases. The first one's going to be in this great trade center area. You can go over here to grab it. That's probably going to be your best bet when you spawn here. Just instantly run for the document case. It's going to be on the 2nd floor of this building, all the way to like the south part of the map. And then also up at small hall where the vault is. People run over here a lot though and like loot this area. But I don't know, if you play on like the lowest difficulty setting where you don't have to pay to get in the map or anything, you could probably run up here and grab this one too. Overall, it's kind of just you have to just run you have to run it a few times just to get the document case. I guess there's also a document case in this building, but you need a key for it, so that might be not be optimal. Alright, next, this one's going to be one of the most pain in the ass of the missions, is bring out 10 purple or better miscellaneous tools on Northridge, and it can't be pre-farmed. So for miscellaneous tools, I can kind of show you what the tools you're going to need for that are. And they have to be purple or better, so your best bet is to find like hopefully some of these, or well, these are the only option. Sometimes you can see these on shelves. If you just see some giant like this blue colored crap, it'll just be like not even in a container, it'll be like on a shelf. So kind of keep an eye out for tools kind of sitting, know what they look like so that you can find them. This one's really big, it takes 6 inventory spaces, so sometimes it can be a pain. And then of course, like if you find one of these purple tools, you want to throw it into your secure container as quick as possible so that even if you die, it counts towards the quest. All you have to do is bring them out of the raid, and anything in your secure container is going to be, of course, like brought out of the raid. So toss it in here real quick so that you can keep these things. And then also just for Northridge, like good spots to check for tools, I liked to check over in the south village. You have to check like toolboxes are usually your best bet of finding them. Obviously it's like mostly toolboxes. I've had really good luck up in this area too, like checking this suitcase. Sometimes I got like tools, and like this building, like this little spot right here, for some reason I managed to get I think 3 or 4 of the purple tools. And also obviously if you play on the hardest difficulty too, you have a better chance of finding these tools. So on Forbidden Zone, there's higher chances for purple tools. So if you have Forbidden Zone, you should definitely just do Forbidden Zone. Lockdown, you're going to be like praying that you find 1 purple tool, and sometimes opening like 20 containers only to find like 1 purple tool. So it definitely sucks when that happens. Alright. Overall though, it's a really pain in the ass quest, and you're just going to have to try your best to get through it. Alright, next up is going to be even worse than the purple tools on Northridge. You're going to have to bring out 10 purple or better miscellaneous military items on Armory, and you can't pre-farm this. You're going to have to go into raids and bring out the tools. So once again, you're probably going to want to play Lockdown Zone just to get the highest chance of purple items. And let's show you what some of those purple items look like. So it's going to be these binoculars, the radio toolkit, just all this stuff right here. And of course, when I said like purple tools, it can also be some of the orange and red tools as well. So if you get like the TI module out of like a vault, that counts too. So it's like anything purple and above is what you want to be looking for. Same with the miscellaneous tools. So if you find like the hydraulic wrench or the high frequency coil, that counts towards the quest as well. Although this thing takes up a lot of space, so if you die, you're definitely not going to be able to put that in your secure container. So some of these purple tools are better, or maybe this wrench. I've never seen this thing, but I think it might be like a 2 slot. Kind of looks like a tool slot. But for military items, yeah, you need purple and above. This one is a real struggle because it's on Armory, and there's not a lot of the boxes that drop these. I've almost had better luck in looking at some of the safes, and sometimes the safes will have like some good stuff in it. But for some of the drops, I think your best bet is to go inside of Armory. So when you're inside of this Armory area, if you go to the middle area and then there's like that second floor inside this area, like there's a basement, then there's this floor, and then there's a second floor. On a second floor, there's like one or two spots on like a side room. So like there would be like this like the room with the like locked room that had like the guns on the wall and stuff. And then if you keep following that and go like over to this side, there's a little room that has like two of those little square boxes. And for military items, it's of course those like square boxes that look like this, but they're like made out of wood and they don't have like any symbols on them. And they're called like military supply crates or some crap like that. I forgot what they're called. But yeah, look on this side of the wall. Then there's also a military box like over in this area as well. There might be one or two of them. And then there's one in the basement near the vault area. So those are like the only three I know of. And then outside at the regular part of the map, uh, there's like one or two, but honestly, there's one at I think shooting range, and then there's one at gas station that you can check when you spawn in at gas station. So I'll kind of show you if I can bring up the map. Man, some of the maps only show the inside of the armory. Let's see if I can find an actual picture of the map itself. Well, looks like this is the only picture, which is kind of jank, but if you look, it's kind of like, you know, the gas station is right here. You'll spawn like right here, and then you can move in, and then there's like, you know, the safe right here. The safe also has a good chance of getting military items, so always check that. But then like right when you're running to the building, there's like a little crate like right about here next to like a car, and then there's the building right there. So check that, because I've gotten like one or two of my military items I needed out of that little crate. Overall though, probably the worst quest to get through. Good luck with it. It took me forever. It was the longest quest to get through. It took like at least 20 raids to find those purple military items. It's a terrible quest design. Anyways, moving on. We have another search unsearched document boxes, which are those like small little briefcases in the armory interior. So the basement has one of these cases, the first floor has two, and then the second floor has one. So it's going to be in the inside part of armory. So let's see, I pre-marked them. So on the first floor, you know, you get into the armory from either this side or this side. And so if you're on this side, it's ideal. Probably the best spawn is, you know, when you spawn on like the east side of the map and you run towards and pull the lever right here. And so then you get inside, and then you would run all the way down. This is like where the safe room is. So run all the way down the hallway. Go to the safe room first, I'd say, because if you have teammates and stuff, they're going to be like running over to safe rooms and stuff. Go to the safe room, and on the table there's going to be one of those briefcases. So open that, and then you can even grab the safe if you want. And then after you do that, go into the room directly on the other side. It's like this goofy, sketchy room that has like nothing in it, but there is one document case in there. So check that document case. And then, okay, so then when you're inside this main area, there's like, you know, the second floor. So you go up to the second floor, and then inside like that one like square room that also has like the vault, or like the locked room that has like the weapons on the wall, there is a briefcase right there. And then if you go into the basement, there is also one down there in the basement near the vault area. So there's only 4 in total, so you're gonna have to do multiple raids to get through this. I don't know of like any others, but these are like the main ones I know. The best bet is to grab these two each time, every time you get into the armory, because it's not always like a guarantee that you'll get in here if there's players before you. And you know, armories sweat, so it's a struggle to fight through some of those people sometimes. And then the last one is going to be you have to bring out 20 miscellaneous gold items. This can be on any map, and it can be like basically any gold level items or red level items. Best bet for that is, once again, throw them in your storage container as soon as you get them, and then from there, you just gotta extract, and it counts towards the quest progress. It honestly, the 20 miscellaneous gold items was not as horrible as the 10 miscellaneous tools and 10 military items. Those are the worst quests on those quest lines. Alright, and then the last part of this guide is there is a few quests that you need to get boss kills. So I'm just going to go over bosses really quick. There's not a lot of information on bosses, it seems, from like videos I've looked at and stuff. So the first one is you're going to need 2 kills on the boss on farm. Luckily, this boss on farm is incredibly easy to find. Your best bet is going to be to go into the storm warning mission. So if you click on this, you're going to click on limited time events, storm warning, and then do the storm warning because the boss has a decent chance of spawning. Most of the time what I would do is you're going to spawn in, somewhere around this area, hopefully like right here or like right here, and just rush straight to motel. As soon as you get to motel, you'll know it's the boss because there will be like 4 or 5 juiced looking scavs, and you'll see like they have blue lasers on their guns. So if you see like blue lasers, you know they're there. And they'll also chuck smoke grenades. So if you see smoke grenades and blue lasers, you know the boss is there. And luckily your teammates can get the kill on the boss and it'll count towards your quest. So it's definitely best to rush motel. That's the most common spawn. I would just run there each time, and there's like a pretty high chance that he would be on there. If he's not at motel, there's also a chance of him being over at main warehouse is the only other place I've seen him at. I think that he can probably spawn at some other locations. I never saw him at Grain Trader. I think maybe he can spawn at Small Hall is, I'm guessing, the only other spot. But like I said, the best bet is to go for main warehouse. Or, well, no, motel. Go for motel first, and then on your way like to extract, go check main warehouse. He might be there. But I've only seen him like once here, and then most of the time you just rush motel and he'll be at motel like a good chunk of time. It might take like between like 2 to 5 raids, but I think I took him out twice in like 4 raids. Like, it's really easy to find him on that mode, so that's the easiest. Next one, you also need to kill the boss on Valley at least one time. So the Valley boss, the highest chance, he usually spawns by Villa, especially because the extraction is usually like you can only extract here if you had killed the boss. So as soon as you spawn on Villa, you just want to like rush straight. I mean, as soon as you spawn on Valley, you just want to rush straight to Villa, and then once you're in Villa, you can just find the boss there. It's kind of harder to locate him just because his guards, I mean, you can kind of tell if the scavs are like kind of busted that the boss is probably there. That's your best bet. Is every boss has like some guard scavs that are kind of juiced up with gear. Like if you see a scab and you're like, yo, why is this guy got like some OP like equipment on him? Most likely the boss is gonna be there. And the way you can tell the boss is he's like this, like he has like black slicked backed hair, and I think he has a gold deagle, and then also has a boss token as well that you can like loot off after you kill him. But the bosses in this game are a complete joke compared to like Tarkov, where the bosses were legit scary and would absolutely crush you. In this game, I have not died to any scavs or bosses yet, so best bet is to run down here and find him. I don't know really where else he can spawn. He might be able to spawn up here, but I'm not too sure. Like I said, the best chance is most likely his highest spawn is going to be down here at this bottom part of Villa. He'll usually be chilling in one of these buildings. And then the last one is going to be Northridge. So for Northridge boss is kind of the hardest to find, but not really too hard. Honestly, I'd say Valley is just as hard, but Valley, there's only like really one spot that they seem to spawn. Northridge, the highest chance is the boss is either going to be at camp service or at cable car. So once again, the boss will have like 3-4 guards that have like kind of juiced up gear. I think they have like FALs, and then the boss himself will be there, and you or a teammate just have to kill him. If you have friends to run these missions with, you can have your friend like run down here while you go over here, So then you can kind of like split it and maybe find them easier, because these are like the main spots he'll spawn at is camp service or cable car. He can also spawn at motel, but everyone runs to motel so fast that if you spawn like, over here, you're cooked. Like you're not gonna make it. There's spawns like right here and here. Like they're gonna get there first and crush that crap. So your best bet is check camp services and check cable car. If you spawn on this side of the map, you should just run cable car. If you spawn on this side of the map, run camp services and then maybe run cable car. If you spawn like real close to motel, you could check motel, but honestly, it's really hard finding the boss on Motel 2 just because there's so much stuff up there. Like I've never killed the boss at Motel. It's always camp services or cable car. Cable car seems to be the most common, but if you spawn like, over here, you might as well run camp services quick because everyone else is going to be closer to cable car. But that's about it for the guide. I'm not going to run through like every single mission just because a lot of them are real simple. It's just like, oh, go to this spot and click F for a second and then you're done, or just they're just blatantly like simple. I just went over some of the easier quests for some of the harder quests, but the reward's definitely worth it. You get the titanium case. You can kind of see it has a lot of storage space compared to like this little tiny 2 slot, or if you activate your elite privileges, you got like the 4 slot. But the titanium case is real nice to have. Uh, if you don't have the titanium case, you should definitely try and have like the bulletproof case, or if you paid for the battle pass or whatever, if you paid for elite, you can get this case. But the case definitely, like one of these 2 cases, definitely helps with doing the missions until you unlock, until you finish all the quests, because like for the taking out purple tools, you can throw in more tools when you have a case like this. If you have a case like this, like you can't even throw a 4 slot tool, and half the like freaking purple tools and military items are 4 slots, so I kind of hate that. But yeah, good luck with the missions. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like. I took some time to make it, so thanks for watching, and see you later.